Hello everyone, and welcome back to Khajiit Plays Games. Last time we finished out the ancient castle with upgrading Odin to Raiden, and we got to go and help Strago finally finish hunting the beast Hydon, as well as viewing a few other scenes involving Gao and a few other characters. Also, we got Gogo. Those green guys running across the pit, that was really annoying. Now let's go check out the Cult of Kefka's tower. Notice my party is quite different. Also, Khajiit started to uncurse the curse shield and succeeded. Oh, wait. Helps if I actually equip the Paladin shield. The best shield in the game. And it has resistance to basically every element. Not resistance, actually. I think it blocks them all. Which is very helpful, especially where we're going. First off, there's that one guy who... 100,000 gil. Okay, so there is information about the ancient castle. Also, a hint to go look for the old weapon shopkeeper in Narsh. Very useful. Or at least they would be if Khajiit had gotten them earlier. You know what? Khajiit's not going to worry too much about Espers right now. So, according to this guy, there's treasure up there. Level 10 and 20 magic. Alright, let's... Oh. Yeah, in Kefka's tower you can only use magic. And some of them have auto-reflect. That's... Well... The meteor spell pierces reflect, so we can do that. Alternately, well, you can cast reflect on your own characters and then bounce magic off of them. Oh, and they give no experience. So, but a decent amount of AP. Yeah, the enemies here can actually be quite tough. Magic Urn! Magic Urns just use items on you. And then run away. Well, sometimes they run away. They also absorb all elements. Ooh, that's useful. Safety bit protects you from instant death, kind of like the memento ring. No attacking, no special abilities. That's what I brought these for. They're my best mages. You can also bring Go-Go. Nice. Because you thought that's where it would be. She keeps trying to go for... Oh, really glad that she blocked that. This one keeps trying to go for character abilities. One other thing the Paladin Shield does is it teaches the spell Ultima. It's the ultimate attack magic. Oh, that's dragon. The Holy Dragon. As the name implies, it's holy magic. But it's weak to silence. Well, not weak, but you can use silence on it. That basically neuters the dragon. Alternately, you can equip everyone with Reflect Rings, and its holy spells will just bounce right back at it. Although that could be dangerous, because I'm pretty sure it absorbs something. So yeah, that was not difficult. Okay, well, there's only 2 dragons left. Somewhere there's a way to open up a hidden room. She's just trying to remember where that is. Everything with and the enemies in here can be kind of hard, especially since you can only use magic. If you're having difficulty, you can always just bring Mog and put Malulu's charm on him, and that will solve the problem. Okay. Does not know me here. Meltdown is another spell that we don't have access to yet. Honestly, it's not all that useful, all things considered. As you probably saw, it hit both sides. And yeah. that's annoying. We've made it to the top of the tower. What could possibly be in here? Soul of Amasa. An excellent relic for magic users. Changes the magic command to dual cast. Yes, please. Uh-oh. No. Who's this guy? Okay, the Magic Master. This guy is... You want to make sure you have at least one person that knows re-raise if you're going to fight this guy conventionally. You will see why. Now, this is another barrier change boss. Khajiit believes. Pretty sure. And again, just nuking him with non-elemental magic is the way to go. There are a couple alternate ways to beat this guy. One fun one is to cast Berserk on him and then vanish on everyone in your party. And then if you just cast Rasp and Osmos on him until you fully drained his MP, he dies. He has a lot of MP though. Yeah, he has 50,000 MP, so that tactic can take a while. So really, as long as you have a rise with everybody, or re-raise, it's probably faster to just... If don't... Well... You'll see. That's why. Because if you drain all his MP, then he can't cast Ultimate at the end. And that's that cleared out. Well, no, we just have to get out of here. The problem with Ultima is it costs 80 MP, so at the very least having a gold hairpin is helpful. There's one more item in here, but... Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for them to run away. Is Khajiit leveled? Okay, that's what Khajiit thought. That's 94. These guys again. other methods of being safe from the Magic Master's final attack include you could use the Quetzali Esper. To make sure that at least one character is still in the air when he casts Ultima. That's the only other method Khajiit remembers. But really, if you have at least one character that knows re-raise, just do it. It's faster. Wow, 26-4, okay. Hi, Skits. Well, Terra learned the quick spell. Actually, wait. Now there's no real good way to show that off here. The quick spell can be used to basically give yourself. You can use it to cast like 5 spells. Because what the quick spell does is it gives you 2 extra turns in which nothing else can move. And so if you have the Soul of Thamasa, that's just what Khajiit's gonna say from now on. Oh, here. Now, oh, you jerk. And now Terra has... yeah, but you see what Khajiit is getting at. Terra got 2 turns, and then could have potentially cast lots of magic. And use that to basically cast 5 Ultimas. Which, admittedly, isn't that useful in the main game. Oh, against the final boss, or other bosses. That's a tornado spell, which reduces everybody to very little HP. Another spell Khajiit is never going to use. if it were the Game Boy Advance or Android iOS versions, where there actually is an extra dungeon after the main game with some super bosses, then that tactic is actually really useful. The dual cast and quick combo. Come on, run away. Okay, thank you for the potion. Now run away. There we go. And hey, another door opened up. And we get the air anchor, which is Edgar's ultimate tool. It's not really that useful, honestly. What it does is you use it on an enemy, and the next action they take, they automatically die. Honestly, it's faster to just drill or chainsaw them instead. It also does a little bit of damage, but... Alright, well, that was the Cult of Kefka's Tower. And... that's everything explored before we go into the final area. First, before we wrap up, there are a few things Khajiit just wants to show off. Yeah, Umaru's level is a bit higher than everyone else's. I think Khajiit pointed that out. Khajiit did that for the Colosseum, which honestly didn't go too well last time. If Khajiit is being honest. Come to Thamasa real quick. Khajiit is going to stock up on tents. Khajiit has money to burn, so why not? After all the grinding. And... oh, hey, Gung-Ho's still here. Now, Gung-Ho, after enough time has passed, the first time you go talk to Haidon, will tell you, Haidon's back! So you're never actually locked out of getting Strago's Grand Delta if you missed it the first time. And we've got both Sabin and Cyan in our parties. In our one party. First, let's take a look at all of Sabin's blitzes. While we're at it, all those times Bushidos. Raging Fist and Fang we've seen a lot of. Then there's Sky. Now we need something to actually attack him. Okay, Khajiit does not think that's gonna happen in this fight. That's 7's Aura Cannon. Khajiit has another plan for doing this. Great train suplexing meteor strike, except that it missed. But that's okay. Sky is a powerful counterattack. Tiger deals HP-based damage. And of course there's the Rising Phoenix. Chakra, which is an HP heal. And then Flurry, which is 4 strikes. The first one does extra damage. Unfortunately, that attack does not ignore defense. Takes a while for Science Bushido to charge up. Dragon. So that didn't do anything because he was at max HP. It takes HP and MP from the enemy and gives it Science. Spiral, which Khajiit will never, ever use. Which removes 7 from the fight. but heals everybody fully. Also reduces his HP to 0. Can't use magic if you're dead. Also reduces his MP to 0, which would also explain why I couldn't use magic. And then 7's ultimate blitz. Phantom Rush. Tempest, which does 4 hits that do ignore defense. That's okay. Science Final, Bushido, Oblivion, which just cuts enemies in half. Unless they're immune to instant death, in which case, it doesn't do anything. So that's 7 in science abilities. Now that we have all of Edgar's tools, go take a look at those. Oh. Khajiit almost forgot. You come back here at any point after getting Terra back. Okay, little girl, you need to move. No, go the other way. Oh, will you get out of the way, kid? Go to the right. No. Go to the right. No. You are being very naughty. There we go. Okay. Sorry for the delay. Alright. Let's move on to check out Edgar's tools. So first we have the one, the only. Those desert hares, if you attack them, they will respond by healing you for some reason. Then there's the Bio Blaster. Deals poison damage and poisons everything. If it can be poisoned. The Noise Blaster. Which confuses any enemies that can be confused. The drill, which is a drill. chance to instantly kill whatever you use it on, if they're not immune to instant death. The Debilitator adds a random weakness to an enemy. Then the Air Anchor. Which actually did a lot of damage. But also will, if the enemy does anything after being hit with it, they die. That's Edgar's tools. So, coming to South Figaro. Come on. Maybe they removed it. In earlier versions, there's a scene up there. Not like a game-breaking scene or anything, but... Huh, they must have removed it. Basically, there was a guy you could talk to, and a woman, and the guy would talk about how he's doing his part, and the woman would say something, would follow after him. You could talk to her after, and she would say something. Whoa. What was that all about? And that Clyde guy looks kind of familiar. Now what is going to begin, now that we've seen that, is the great run around and sleep at every inn. Was that a dream? Nightmare more like. So they're train robbers. Shadow bandits? Okay, Khajiit's gonna move on to another inn. That Clyde guy, where have we seen him before? Well, let's stop in Figaro real quick. This is the guy Khajiit was talking about last time. Who'll give you a hint about how to get right in the ancient castle. Is that? Yeah. No. Maybe those were dreams? Yeah. They were dreams. the game is being uncooperative again. These dreams you can really get at any point in the game, as long as you have one particular character in your party. The game has just been very uncooperative with Khajiit. Like now. But Khajiit will not give up. Sorry, Khajiit knows this probably isn't very interesting, but there is a point. Worse than grinding. one is grinding. Khajiit has never had this much trouble getting these cutscenes to occur. Maybe it's sunk cost fallacy, but Khajiit doesn't want to stop until getting all of them. Finally! Looks like they had a heist that went bad. Khajiit is not going to stop until she gets the fourth one. Finally. And that was the last dream. Now let's talk about these dreams for a second. Remember when we found Shadow in the cave on the Veldt? And when we brought him back to Thamasa, he had a nightmare about a guy named Clyde running away from a town that looked an awful lot like the Thamasa we know, talking about his daughter. And then we had 4 dreams, eventually. First first, essentially a nightmare about a guy named Barham talking to Clyde and saying, "You should be where I am." The second dream was Clyde and Barham after a successful train heist becoming and naming themselves the Shadow Bandits. The third dream was Barham injured after a heist gone bad and Clyde refusing to put him out of his misery before he gets caught so that he doesn't get worse things done to him. And then Clyde ending up in a town that also looks an awful lot like Thamasa. Putting all this together, Shadow is Clyde. Those dreams were his backstory. And the fact that both Shadow and Realm can equip the Memento Ring, which a ring blessed by a departed mother's love, one of which Realm comes equipped with and the other you find in Thamasa. The game is hinting and almost outright saying that Shadow is Realm's father. If you leave Shadow behind on the floating continent, then you'll find Realm in the cave on the Veldt, and she has her own nightmare where a young Realm asks Strago where her parents are. This occurring probably at the same time as Clyde is basically abandoning her. And Interceptor is going with him. Now, all of this is optional, of course. Shadow's backstory is completely optional. Shadow himself is basically optional. The only time you have to bring him with you is when you go to Thamasa the first time. You don't even have to wait for him on the floating continent. So it kind of makes sense, sort of, I guess, that they made his backstory kind of hard to find. But if they ever do a Final Fantasy VII Remake treatment to this game, Khajiit really hopes that they put more into Shadow's backstory. Expand on it a bit. There was actually originally going to be a scene where Strago asks Shadow to take off his mask, but they cut it in private. So now that's everything about Shadow. There were a lot of fan fictions that will expand on Shadow's character and talk about where he basically calls himself a coward for running away, and honestly he is. He abandoned his daughter. We don't know why. But yeah, again, if they ever give the Final Fantasy VII Remake treatment to this game, Khajiit really hopes they expand on Shadow's character. Anyway, giving Umaro the safety bit. Hopefully things go... No. Getting out of here. Yeah, Khajiit has never had... That's why Khajiit has been sleeping in inns so much with Shadow. Was to try to get those scenes to trigger. Because they are completely random. Yeah. Alright. With pleasure. Bedding. Let's start with a regal gown. And this time the fight is going to go much differently. And for the Regal Gown, you get another Minerva Bustier. So now we can give one to Celeste. Next, Behemoth Suit versus the Outsider, yes. Khajiit remembers how that fight went last time. And we get a Snow Scarf, which is the best armor for both Mog and Gao. Also what Umara has equipped, but you can't change his equipment except for relics, so... Since we had a second Behemoth Suit, if I can find it. And then finally, Khajiit is going to bet the Ragnarok. As soon as Khajiit finds it. Actually, not finally. Let's do an impartisan first. For fun. Weird Dragon, and Umar can take that down. Easy. Maybe. If he'll use his other attack. Well, that works too. And we get a Cattier Hood, which is the best helmet for Realm, and also doubles the gil you get from fights. Not that Khajiit needs more gil. No more dreams. That was all the dreams. Well, we're talking about optional things. It's actually possible to save Sid on the island. What you have to do, first off, we're going to bet the Ragnarok. What you have to do is catch only the fastest moving fish and give them to him. However, the game makes no indication that that's possible. And also, the scene with SLS after he dies is... Khajiit hates to say it, but it's a lot more impactful. Okay. Khajiit has a plan for this. Blizzard Orb. Negates fire damage. Flare Star is fire damage. Oh, you... Okay. Khajiit has a plan for this. Just needs to get really lucky. Oh, that's getting really lucky. And with that, the Lightbringer. The best sword in the game. Like Ragnarok. Massive boost to stats. Max damage, and casts Holy upon striking an enemy and uses MP to deal a critical hit. Okay. Well, that's just about everything. They were originally going to include a scene in Zen if you failed to get the kid out, where Sabin got crushed under the house, and then if you brought Edgar here and spent the night in the inn, he would be going through the wreckage of the house trying to find his brother's body. But they decided that that was a little dark for an already dark game, and decided not to go with that. Anyway, well, that's all there is to it. So, taking that off. Khajiit apologizes that a majority of this stream, well, not a majority, but a good chunk of this stream was taken up with sleeping at the end. But that is now everything there is to do in the game, aside from beating Kefka. So next time, that's exactly what Khajiit is going to do. Khajiit's next stream will be Thursday night, 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Tune in for the grand finale of Final Fantasy VI. Khajiit hopes to see you there, and may your road lead you to warm sand.